Okay, some good old Lewis structure action. Let's keep on going with Lewis structures. This one is for N2. So in order to figure out a Lewis structure, what I'm going to do is I'm going to count all the valence electrons. Nitrogen is in group 15. That's 5 in group 15. So I have 5 from each nitrogen. So it's a total of 10 valence electrons. And remember, the 10 valence electrons are what I'm going to use to draw my picture. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to arrange the atoms as symmetrically as I can. Put one on the left and one on the right, no problem. And then I'm going to draw a single bond between each atom. Now I want to stop there and I want to reduce my count because now the 8 electrons are what I'm going to use. The 8 electrons that are left are what I'm going to use to get octets. So let's try to get some octets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all 8 electrons. I'm not allowed to draw any more electrons on the structure. So I'm done drawing electrons, but I haven't got octets. Both nitrogens do not have 8 electrons around them. So when I run out of electrons and I don't have octets yet, I need to erase some of the lone pairs and use them to make double bonds. So let's do that one at a time. So let me erase those and make a multiple bond there. Now that does help, but the nitrogen on the left now has an octet, but the nitrogen on the right doesn't. So I have to keep going. I keep erasing lone pairs of electrons and making multiple bonds until I have octets around everything. And now I've got an octet around both nitrogens. So this is my Lewis structure for nitrogen. Each nitrogen has a triple bond attached to the other nitrogen, and each nitrogen has a lone pair. So is it polar or non-polar? Well, remember that there is no difference in electronegativity between nitrogen, so the bond is completely non-polar. There's no question about it. No difference in electronegativity. So this is a non-polar molecule. Now, what about the geometries? Now, the electron geometry is going to be the same as the molecular geometry. There really isn't a central atom here, but there's only 2 atoms in total. The only possible geometry between 2 points is a line, and so it's linear. Now, what about bond angles? Yeah, bond angles are not applicable here because in order to have an angle, you need to have 3 different points, and we've only got 2 points, so we can't come up with the bond angle. So bond angles are not applicable. Okay, that's it for nitrogen.